Morning, everyone. So, one of my favorite summer activities, especially when I'm back home in Iowa, is to go biking. Now, when I go to visit my parents, we always pick at least one day where we go and explore the trails and we make a whole day out of it. Because it's a great way to get outside, spend some time with friends and family, especially right now when we need to be socially distant. And you can even get a little exercise with it too. Now, I don't bike nearly as much as my parents do, but one thing I've learned, especially since we go longer distances, is how important it is to know your bike and all the parts that come together to help make your bike work. So, for example, one of the last times I went for a ride, I forgot to check my tires. And the tires seemed like a really basic thing, but I forgot to see how much air was in there. So I was riding on flat tires the whole time, which made the ride much harder than it needed to be. And plus, since I didn't know about the different parts, I thought it was just the gear shifts. Now, the gear shifts are important because the gears are things that can help you go up hills a lot easier, the hard parts of your ride. So, since I was messing with that instead of fixing the tires, I wasn't able to fix my bike. But luckily, my dad caught it. We fixed the bike. Next ride was much better. Now, some other things that I've learned too is like how important the seat is. I got a new seat on one of my bikes once and it made a world of difference. And making sure it was at the right height made my legs so much more comfortable than I thought was possible for a bike. And even the handlebar itself. We've adjusted the handlebar on my bike before too, and I didn't realize how hunched over I was and how much weight I was putting on my hands on the handlebars. And once I had it in the right position, again, I was much more comfortable on my ride and I enjoyed my ride so much more. And now another thing that's really important about the bike are the brakes. Now, if you notice on most bikes, at least on my bike, I have two different brake handles. And that's one for each tire. There's a brake on each tire. So let's say, for example, you're going down a hill and you're going really, really fast. If you try to grab both brakes, if the front brake is working but the back one isn't, you could have a really bad accident. You could have flip over the front of your bike and it would not end well, which is always why you should wear a helmet when you ride a bike. So, long story short, there are all sorts of different parts to a bike, and they all need to work together to help you get from one place to another. And each piece of the bike is important and contributes to making the bike work properly. Now, this is kind of like what we hear today when we get the reading from Romans. Paul talks about how we are all members of the body of Christ, and we all have gifts that help the body work together, kind of like how those different parts help the bike work. Now, he talks about things like prophecy, diligence, and exhortation. And now these are a bunch of words that we may not know. But he uses these different words to kind of say that we all have different gifts. And not only are they given to us from God, but we can come together and use them for God. Like, think about the things we've done for God's Work Our Hands Sunday, or Rally Day, or our Kickoff Sundays. Two of our biggest projects that we do are making the school kits and the health kits for Lutheran World Relief. Now, we need people with different gifts to help make that project happen. We need people from our social ministry committee who help organize that project. We need people that come and donate the materials that will go into those kits. And we need people that show up on that Sunday morning and actually help put the kits together. So we all come together and work in different ways to get the job done. And this is exactly what Paul is talking about, because our instinct as humans is to do things just for ourselves, to be selfish. But we learn that we have these great gifts that are given to us, and we can use those gifts to help others. You can see it all over this church. Even now, we've got some great people who help make this live stream happen. We've got singers and instrumentalists who help provide music for us. We have the worship and music committee who help plan the services. And even you all watching this help make this and turn it into an online community. So thank you for doing your part to help make this church happen. And I hope we can all explore our gifts more. And I'm so excited to see all the things we'll be able to do together in the future.